Your life doesn't end up an accident. Your life is a series of actions that you initiate or don't initiate. And that your thoughts are going to control that roadmap. And so, how are you using your mind today to either make yourself feel great or not? Here's the simple things I want you to do every day. First one has to be a mindset shift specific one, a very specific one that's everyone's struggling with right now, which is really giving yourself permission to have the ambitions you have. Most people are half-hearted, half interested, half engaged in their actual dream and actual ambition because they either fear it or they feel insecure or incapable and has not fully expressed and owned their ambition. Instead, people apologize for their ambition, hide their ambition. You have to learn to own your ambition, speak of the ambition, chase the ambition, drive the ambition, and lead the ambition. It is a full allowance of the ambition and an active generation of that ambition. The further you are from your ambitions, the more miserable you are. So no wonder we have a world that says, I'm disconnected. I want you to deeply visualize, feel, sense, and talk about your ambitions way more. Like I love that about you. People who are scared to communicate about their ambitions are cheating themselves and the world from supporting them. Number two, you have to have daily intention and habit tracking. You can't leave your personal development to randomness. And what most people do, they leave their personal growth to randomness, and so they're always in the land of mediocrity. Most people don't have a calendar. So that's problem number one. They're not strategically blocking time, moving towards the major things they want in their life. They won't say they're going through the motions, but the calendar reveals it. Like if I parachute in their life and I open up their calendar, there's nothing there. They can't possibly say they're living with purpose or intention. And that sounds so flippant to say, but I can't believe how many people, they're not planning their skill set development. They're not planning specific goal attainment on certain dates. So just like their calendar's completely empty and they're hoping it's gonna happen. And it's like, if you look at mine, it's like military-esque like planning. Like I'm going to hit these goals. It's going to happen. You have to have that morning routine and that evening routine of evaluating where you are and where you want to go and asking the hard questions of what is it about me that's not moving forward? What is it about me that I need to accept, love, care for, take care of, do a better job with? How do I treat other people so I can get ahead faster? What do I need to focus on? If you don't do that on a daily basis, you're going through the motions. And even if you're successful, imagine how much more successful you would be if you were way more intentional and you actually tracked your habits. I know how easy it is to go through a day, you hustle all day, and you crash at the end of the day. I know the 100-hour work weeks. I know how that feels. I know what that's about. But if you're doing all of that and you're not aware, that leads to a nightmare. That leads to you take the wrong path and you're hustling down the wrong path. You lean the ladder against the wrong building. You do the wrong thing. The awareness on the daily is something people need to build into a routine and physicalize. Like write, not a note on your phone, a journal, workbook, planner, something that you actually connect pen to paper, you think through. And if we can get you ambition, clarified ambition, speak the ambition, own the ambition, and you're actually intentional in tracking each day, you win this game. Everyone watching this already made a decision this morning. This morning, they made it a life-changing, huge decision this morning. And that is either I'm gonna get up, enter the world with no intention, go through the motions to hopefully get by or survive, or I am going to get clear in this morning about what I want, what I'm going after, who I'm going to be, how I'm going to serve, and whether or not I'm going to be excellent and extraordinary or not. So how do I do it? And here's how I'd recommend others do it. Here's a simple thing to do. 3 things I want you to do every day. First, I want you to write 10 prompts for the morning for yourself. 10 prompts. Those prompts for you might say, how can I be a great mother today? How can I show appreciation to someone on my team today? It might say, how do I care for my health today? It might say, 3 words I want to keep in mind all day. Right? There's the 10 prompts that we know correlate with long-term success that we've measured. There they are. So I fill that out every morning. Second thing I want you to do, at the end of the night, 10 more prompts. What did I learn about myself today? What did I learn about other people today? Did I demonstrate my best today? Where did I not? Where did I get stuck? Where did I get frustrated? What negative thought did I have today that I don't need to have anymore? How did I treat people today? Did I move as swiftly towards my goals today? Was I very clear about exactly what I need to do today to move forward? Score 1 to 5. So it's generate energy. Did I generate the energy I needed today to deliver my best? Productivity. Did I avoid distraction today and only focus on the needle moving activities?
And what do you do if the answer is a low score on something?
It's always, there's so many low scores in there.
What do you do about them?
I'm aware of it, and I take that, and what I do is I flip the page for the next day of the planner, and I just write down, don't get stuck here, don't do this. It's just a constant learning process. The human brain has an incredible capacity for guilt. And most people unconsciously let that roll over them and kick their butt and make a horrible life. I love guilt. Guilt is a tool. Guilt is a weapon. Guilt does not have to be a bad thing. It's not like I perpetuate, but I'm like, I love that I feel bad when I don't do a good job. Most people hate that about themselves. I love that feeling. I'm like, I didn't do a good job there. Next time I will. So some people, guilt is discouragement. Other people, it's a signal for learning. Because it takes courage to put yourself out there and try to get a little better. I think those who learn to endure hardship, struggle, challenge, difficulty, pain, failure, that's one side of that coin. If you learn to do that, but you also don't on the other side, learn to allow joy, fulfillment, satisfaction. Because what most people do is, even when that impulse comes up to, I like this, oh no, I'm not supposed to like it. So you have a lot of people who are extremely talented, but they also don't let themselves feel good when feeling good is there. This is a real big problem. I mean, there is an element to personal development where you have to allow the good feelings and not push them away because it's like, oh, I don't deserve to feel that. And so you have a lot of people who are striving in difficulty. And I'm like, the rule is, that's one side of the coin. And the other rule is, make sure you teach yourself to generate the positive emotions. Because what happens is, if you don't teach yourself to generate the positive emotions as well, then what ends up happening is you burn out, or you become a cliche of the person who had it all and never felt fulfilled. Grit and hustled out and never feel the joys of life, that satisfaction, that pleasure of, you know what, gosh, good for you. Feel some satisfaction that you tried, feel some fulfillment of that, If you learn to do that, I think you nailed it.